Hi everybody, this is Julie with Milady Education Network, and I am here with hairdressing royalty, Miss Vivienne MacKinder. It is such a pleasure, I know, take your little curtsy. It's a pleasure to spend a few minutes with you, so thank you. And Vivienne, you have spent years being involved with NAHA, from being a nominee to being a judge, and this evening you get to come and enjoy the festivities. Can you tell the upcoming students, the newcomers, those who are thinking about entering NAHA but maybe too scared, can you give them a little piece of advice?
Yes, because I think the process to take an idea and turn it into a photo shoot and develop your own collection is a huge journey in and of itself. And even if you don't get nominated, and I've entered many times, in the beginning I didn't get nominated, and then I started to, and then I started to win, which was lovely. But I have to say the journey, the learn along the way was hugely important. And it's about networking, because people lead to people. So it's all about the resources that you have and how you can build your tribe, your photographic team, and start to shoot. I mean, everyone, you guys have a smartphone, you have iPads, etc. So you can start photojournaling your work. And by doing that, you start to see through the eye of the camera, and you can start to prepare. And then when you've got a collection, you think, this works, then send it in. And you've already learned, you're already better than those who did not. And then if you get nominated, it's totally cool. It's a wonderful evening. And to win, it's all about then leveraging the experience and continuing to build your brand. And it's what you do with it that really counts. And so I've had times where I thought, oh, that collection would win, and it didn't. And times where I was like, oh, I can't believe I won. So it obviously does work to bribe the judges. That's a joke. So, go for it. I had a lady that came to me who had been to Home Depot, and she got some of those construction lights. You know, the ones that the round circle with a light bulb? She got out a digital camera, had a lovely, lovely model, and she moved these Home Depot lights around until she got the right angle. She entered her photographs into a different competition, but she ended up winning, and I ended up being her prize. And I'm looking at these beautiful images saying, who shot this? She said, I did. And I said, the lighting is really interesting. She said it took longer to light it and get the angle right than do the hair, but she did it. So, be resourceful, be creative. We live in a digital world, which makes it a whole lot easier. And the camera truly is your best teacher. So go for it. Don't be shy.
I love that. So definitely take the journey as you're going along and photograph that so that you have a project in the works, and that may be your next entry. I love that. So tell us, Vivienne, what have you got on the horizon? I've seen some things come across Facebook, your academy projects that you've got going on. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, actually, we've got a mentor program we've just launched, which is pretty cool. And it's the opportunity to be with us for a year, where we do a combination of mentoring and interning, and it's Entering My World, Hair Designer TV. So we work in a closer inner circle. So that's something that's pretty cool that I'm enjoying. And I'm also bringing my interns on camera to film with me, because sometimes, I'm sure you can relate to this, you see somebody perform, whether it's a musician or we're here in Las Vegas, so you see Cirque du Soleil and they're spinning from ropes, and you think, oh, that's pretty easy, I think I'll go home and try it. And then you realize when it's done super, super well, it's not so easy. So what I decided was that certain things I do now, after all these years of practicing, they appear easy, but they're really not, because when I make the mistakes, which I do, I correct in the nanosecond. So that there's no compound effect. So what I decided was, okay, if I bring young talent on camera and they try and recreate my looks, I can coach them and I can show them, whoa, 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 if you keep going that way, big mistake, and so that I can guide them. So that's kind of a new thing that I'm doing, and it's a whole lot of fun, because I'm seeing people in their infancy, and it's all about great habits, because it's the big thing of, do you practice to improve or do you reinforce a bad habit? So I'm about improving.
I like that. Very improving along the way. That's great. And what I love about it is it's really on the job training. In the second, they get to learn that skill set, and they get to correct that bad behavior that they may be starting, which is fantastic. I love that. So tell us what is next for Vivienne in her life as a hairdresser.
Oh gosh. You know what? I would say it's still doing the same thing because I love where I have found myself. I have to tell you, I spent years wondering where my house was. You know, I've done the salon world, I've done editorial, I've done so many different aspects of our business. And now that I have my own company, Hair Designer TV, I produce, I shoot, I work in a whole different world where I can do things on camera. I can do so many different things that are creative, working with incredibly talented people. So I just want to do better photography, better work on film, just better shows, better, whatever it is, better, because you can always improve, and new and better, because it's critical to reinvent yourself. You know, just recently, I figured that I had to kind of reinvent myself, because you do when you're this old. And I thought, who is the most extraordinary motivational leader in the world? And it turned out to be John Maxwell, who is the third bestseller on Amazon. He's written over 60 books. And I thought, if I'm going to be coached by someone, I want it to be a New York Times bestseller. So I thought, I wonder how I could get to this guy. Well, lo and behold, you put it out there and something comes back. I found out he was looking for coaches. So I went and did training with John, spent time in his home, spent time with his family, and I thought, you know, just slap me, is this real? And I became a coach for him. And it's interesting because, you know, success is a way that you think. And the ability to think outside of the box as well as inside the box has been really huge. So now that I'm a coach for him, it's opened this whole new door of experiences. And the funny thing is, it's changed how I see my world and how I see working through hairstyles. So it's pretty cool. So it's never, ever too late to change and reinvent yourself. I'm sure there'll be people watching where your hairdressing career may be your second or third career. You may have raised a family and you're now in your 40s or 50s saying, am I too old to do this? And I have so many people come up to me and say, you know, am I too late? And it's like, never, never. I believe that creativity is like a muscle. If you keep flexing it, it will strengthen, it will grow. And your life's experiences are vital to bring to the table. So wherever you are in your career, whether you're very young or more seasoned like me, it's never too late if you follow your passion and you step into your gifts, but step out of your comfort zone. Because how many of you know someone who's super, super talented, but they're doing nothing? They've got a gift and they're not pushing it. So find your gift, find your passion, and roll up your sleeves and work really, really hard, and your dreams will come true.
Well, with that, how can you go wrong? What a great piece of advice to take your gift and use your gift and step into that. I love that. Vivienne, thank you. Enjoy this evening. We'll see you on the red carpet.
Thanks.